All right, let's just get right back into it, shall we? The filibuster. I am on record here saying it's time for the filibuster to go because, look, Democrats would have ended it before. It's not really a real thing. You know, I looked through this document on my desk. It's called the United States Constitution, well worn because I refer to it all the time. Came to from my friends at Hillsdale College, by the way. The filibuster is not in here. It's not a constitutional thing, so what's the problem? Dave Bossie is the president of Citizens United and RNC National Committeeman from Maryland. Dave, welcome to the program.
Thanks for having me, Steve. I really appreciate being here.
So I've been looking through this document, and I keep reading, and Dave, I don't find the filibuster here in the United States Constitution. Did I miss it somewhere?
No, Steve, you didn't. Let me just give everybody a big picture, global picture here. It was only about a little over 100 years ago when the United States Senate created the filibuster on their own. It's not in the Constitution. And 100 years ago, they said it takes 67 votes to stop a filibuster, which is quite ridiculous. 67, you'd never get anything done. About 50 years ago, they changed it to 60 votes. Okay, so they have a history of changing their own Senate rules. And so my position is today the same as yours, that we should be rid of the filibuster because the Democrats are going to do it the moment they take control the next time. We have to hope there's never a next time, but the pendulum swings. If they get control, we all know it. Steve, you know it. I know it. Everyone listening understands the radical left has departed from the norm, and they will absolutely kill the 100%.
If not for Cinema and Manchin, it'd have been gone now. How many votes would it take?
Without question.
How many votes does it take to end the filibuster? 50 plus one? If the vice president...
It takes 51 votes. The vice president doesn't break a tie-breaking vote on a rule. So it takes 51. And here's the thing. I don't believe, because of Collins and Murkowski and McConnell, and to be quite honest, Tillis and Langford and Rand Paul, guys like that, we're going to get to 51. There's a lot of Republicans who are just adamantly opposed to ridding the Senate of the filibuster. And so my position, and I've really been talking, I talked to the president about this. I wrote an opinion piece about this, and he promoted it. Many senators have called me to talk about this. We need to use the rules. If we can't get rid of the filibuster, let's use the Senate rules, those same rules that they're standing on. Let's use those same rules to get the president what he wants through the filibuster and defeat the filibuster through exhaustion. Let's have Senate Majority Leader John Thune stand on the Senate floor and make the Democrats use a Rule 19, okay, which says that every senator gets to speak twice on any given issue, and then they're done. It's basically the exhaustion strategy. Let's just push through. It may take us several days. It may take us a week, but we get it done. It doesn't. What the senators who, like Collins and Murkowski and McConnell, they want to preserve the minority rights. What this does is protect the minority rights, but still get President Trump the agenda he wants. It's
so
just
the same minority party that closed the government for 43 days. Here's what they'll do. They will pack the Supreme Court up to 13, 15, 17, whatever they decide. They will do that. They will move to make Puerto Rico a state and the District of Columbia a whopping 67 square miles a state. It was never supposed to be that way. That is in the Constitution, by the way. That way they can get themselves 4 new senators. They will get rid of voter ID. They will turn into mass mail-in ballots. They will rig this thing forever, for eternity, if they get the opportunity. My belief. Now, maybe Fetterman is the only guy that I can think of that might not vote for ending the filibuster on the Democrat side. He's the only one, strangely enough, but he's the only one that seems to have much common sense about much of anything anymore on the Democrat side. Right or wrong?
Completely right. John Fetterman is the only common sense senator. And by the way, I think you and I a couple of years ago thought the exact opposite of John Fetterman.
I was wrong.
Admitted, right? I was wrong as well. He has turned into a common sense American senator who believes in look, the ideals of the small D Democrat Party, and is a liberal, but he is a liberal who believes in making sure America is safe and secure. And so we've seen that now. But I don't believe he'll vote to end the filibuster. But that's only one vote. Look, the Democrats have shut down the government for a record number of days here. They're going to do it again in January. And that is why John Thune, in my opinion, the Senate Majority Leader, needs to really buck up here. Really be
let me ask you
strong
this, Dave.
in his leadership. Yes.
Do you think if they shut it down again in January, first of all, very unpopular, if they do it again, I think they really hurt their chances in the midterms. And right now, if the midterms were held, the Democrats are going to walk away with it. The reason being affordability. Even a number of the people in Donald Trump's base are disenchanted with the cost of everything. So right now it's going to be all about affordability. Of course, you've got several cases about redistricting that I think are all going to go the Republicans' way, every single one of them. So Democrats, careful what you wish for. But if they shut it down again, I think it hurts them in the midterms. And right now, they could certainly retake the Senate based on some close races and what's going on in Maine, North Carolina, and elsewhere. So we'll see. I think that would just be a fool's errand, don't you?
Look, President Trump deserves to get the legislative agenda that his mandate last year, his electoral mandate got him, and he deserves it. His leadership has been spectacular over the last 10, 11 months now. We need the Senate to stand up and stand side by side with President Trump and deliver for the American people. If we don't deliver, to your point, we're going to lose races come November.
That's right.
We're going to potentially lose the House and Senate.
David, I know you pay a lot of attention to this. You and I have talked a number of times. It's been a while. We talked a lot. What about another reconciliation bill? Big, beautiful bill number 2. A lot can get done that way in the short term, filibuster or not, right?
Well, there is an opportunity for a reconciliation bill. But let me just say, this is a moment in time, Steve. This is a very important moment.
Agreed.
John Thune can use the levers of power, Rule 19, the ability to exhaust the Senate Democrats and push through President Trump's agenda if he has the will. And if he has, and he can use the threat of another Schumer irresponsible, reckless shutdown to educate the American people why he's doing it. I believe we win legislatively and we win from a public relations standpoint. It's good public policy and it's good public relations. And that
Agreed.
We don't usually get those two together. And I got to tell you, President Trump deserves strong leadership in the Senate.
He does. David Bossie, always appreciate seeing you. Come back again soon. We'll talk more about this. I think the filibuster has to go. I think we don't have an alternative. And for Republicans to say and sit there and say otherwise, I think is reckless and irresponsible, because the Democrats will ram every radical idea down our throats first chance they get. David, thank you for being here.
Thanks for having me.
Really appreciate it. All right, we'll take a break. When I come back, Speaker of the Michigan House, Matt Hall, is going to join me on budget transparency and so much more, and his leadership in the House, which has been the best I've seen in years. I'll be right back.